My name's Ellie.
And I'm Dan.
And we're here to talk to you about whitewater rafting safety so that you know what to expect on your day out on the river.
We're going to talk about the equipment that we're using on the river, and then we're going to talk about three main points. How to get in the boat and stay in the boat, how to paddle, and then what to do if you fall out of that boat.
On the day of your rafting trip, your guide will review some of these important points so that you can have fun on the river.
So we have three main pieces of equipment that keeps us safe in the water. We have our life jacket, which helps us keep afloat. We have to make sure it's snug and fits our body very well so that it stays tight to us. We have our helmet, which protects our noggin. Same deal, really important that it's snug and fit appropriately. And then lastly, we have our insulating clothing so that we stay warm even if we fall into the water.
And we have all the equipment available in all shapes and sizes so that everyone can join us on the river.
Now that we've talked about some of the equipment that we're using on the river, we're going to talk about how to get in and stay in the boat.
We don't want to end our day before we even hit the water, which is why paying attention to something as simple as getting into the boat is so important. The river's edge can be slippery and uneven, so we will ask you to follow these three main points as you get into the boat. First, you're going to sit onto the tube. Second, you're going to swing your legs into the boat. Third, you're going to secure your feet beneath the thwarts. This allows you to be secure and in a position to paddle effectively.
Now we're going to cover a few key points about how to paddle. The most important part is to keep your hand on the T-grip. If you don't, it turns into a real hazard. Next, stack your hands a little wider than shoulder width apart, and make sure that you use your full body and not just your arms when you paddle. Finally, it's important to make sure you work as a team. Your raft guide will go over some specific commands when you hit the river.
Finally, we're going to discuss what to do if you fall out of the boat.
First thing you want to do is breathe. 9 times out of 10, you fall out of the boat, you end up right next to the raft. Reach your hand out and grab onto the perimeter line if you can. Stay upstream of the boat by walking your hands along the perimeter line so you don't get stuck between your boat and a rock.
Try to hang on to your paddle so that if you don't end up right next to the boat, the paddle can be used as an extension of your arm to help you reach the boat. To pull someone back into the boat, whoever is closest will grab the shoulder straps of the swimmer's life jacket and pull the swimmer on top of them in what we like to call the flop and giggle.
If you do get separated from the boat, you are now actively engaged in a self-rescue. As a swimmer, you have two choices of how to position yourself in the river.
The defensive swimming position is appropriate if you are in shallow water or while you are going through a rapid. To get into the defensive swimming position, flip onto your back, keep your feet downstream, and your nose and toes out of the water. You can use your arms to slow yourself down and move side to side.
The offensive swimming position is used to aggressively swim away from hazards or towards an objective, whether that be a boat or the shore. To get into the offensive swimming position, flip onto your stomach and swim aggressively at a 45-degree angle upstream and towards your objective. If you know that you are not a strong swimmer, we'd still love to have you on the river, but your guide needs to know.
As a swimmer, your guide may use a few specific signals to communicate with you.
If your guide points in a direction, do your best to move in that direction, as they will always point positive and away from hazards like rocks and strainers. The more aggressively they point, the harder you should swim. If you swim to shore, keep swimming and do not stand up until you're crawling on your hands and knees. Stay put and your guide will direct you further.
If your guide gives you this signal, they are asking, "Are you okay?" If you are, you return the signal.
There may be a time where we utilize a throw bag to pull you into shore. There are a few key points to keep in mind.
Grab the rope and hold it with 2 hands close to your chest. Don't wrap the rope around any part of your body. If your guide tells you to switch shoulders, move the rope to the other side. If your boat flips, there are 3 things to keep in mind.
The first is to get out from under the boat. Make sure that you stay with the boat and hold on to the perimeter line. Finally, listen to your guide for further direction.
Thanks for watching this video. We're really excited to have you on the river.